Okay, hi and welcome to the first Photoshop tutorial from 99thfloor.tumblr.com. First of all, I would like to say that if you hear any noises or Duncan or people talking or laughing, it's basically because I'm in a group room at school, so people are around me, but I'm trying to finish this tutorial as fast as possible. Okay, the first tutorial of this time is going to be a beginner's tutorial to use a pen tool. If you're not familiar with the pen tool, you can watch this video and you'll be able to learn how to mark and use the pen tool creatively in Photoshop CS5. I'm using CS5. You can basically use any CS version you want, as the pen tool is a basic tool that's been in Photoshop since the beginning. So just launch your Photoshop, any version you want. I have the CS5 extended, and we'll get ready to go. This is the first of two tutorials I'll be making on the pen tool. The first one is a beginner's, just basically how to use the pen tool and what you can use it for. Go into Photoshop, click File, and Open. I have some pictures ready from some class I did. We're going to go ahead and open this photo right here. This is a pretty high resolution photo of a smiley or a smiley ball. What you want to do the first time you open any picture, whatever you're going to do, is basically unlocking the background layer. As you can see right here, the background is locked. It has a lock on it to show you that you can't do anything special with it. So to unlock the layer, hold your Alt key if you're in a Mac and double click the background layer. Rename it to layer 0 and it's unlocked. If you don't have this thumb right here, just right click and choose small thumbnails. You can use this any size you want depending on how you want it to flip. Okay, and my teacher just opened the door, so I have to edit that out. Fuck. Okay, sorry for the breakout. It was just a little something. Fuck. Okay. Okay, sorry for the interruption. My teacher just entered the room, so I had to just wait for a second. Okay, let's get right back into it. This picture right here is pretty high resolution. It's a pretty big file, but yeah, it's just gonna work. Find yourself a file you want to mark. We're going to start off by hitting the P key for a pen tool, or you can find it right here on your toolbar. Now the pen tool is pretty interesting. What the pen tool allows you to do is pretty much draw around anything you want to be selected. So I can draw any shape I want, finish it up, and that will be a selection. We're not going to do that right now. We're just going to show you how to use it. I'm not going to make any random shapes. So click the P key and find the picture you want to mark. If you don't want to mark this yellow ball, what you want to do is basically start off anywhere. I usually start where it's a bit flat because it's easier to go. So to start off marking, highlight your layer, click the P for the pen tool, and click where you want to start. Now this will create what's now known as an anchor point. An anchor point is basically where you clicked, and this can be modified later on. Now if I want to start selecting, I would click right above there. Can you see this is a pretty smooth angle right there. It's not a big cut, it's not a small straight line, it's a pretty smooth circle. So I would click right around there. That's gonna, if you hold your left mouse key, it's gonna create a straight line. To bend the line, just pull down and to the side till you match your shape. So release the left key, and that's what you got. You got a start of your selection. Now these out here are movers. What you can do with this one are to modify the bend on your angle. So if you hold on your Alt key and hover over the little circle right there, see this arrow point, it will show up. You can click with your left key and drag it around to indicate where you want the next bend to start off. So as I pull it over here, if I click there, it will start off following that line. If you go back and look at the other right circle right there, if you hold your Alt key and click it, that will modify your angle. It's going to jump right back to where we were, like that. If you want to remove this one, if you want it to be just a new start, just hold your Alt key and click the anchor point, just like that. So that's what I want to do. I want to click right there. I'm going to keep clicking until I have my selection. You see, that bend right there isn't quite right, because you see I didn't select at the end right there. So I'm going to go Command Z or Z to undo that. And I'm going to find a point a bit higher up, click, and drag it out right like that. Click it right there. Just keep on doing this until I have marked. The good thing about the pen tool is that you can basically modify your selection later on. So if you fail, so you always have the option to go back and do it over. This is a pretty bad selection. You guys gonna have to make it better. I'm doing this as fast as possible to be able to show you more stuff in less time. But just keep on going until you are done with your selection. I'm just gonna cut the video right now and I'll show you when it's done. Okay, so now we're done selecting our thingy, our yellow ball. What you can see right now is if you hit the P key, this line is basically just a gray thin line. It hasn't been made a selection yet. To make it a selection, this is what we call a path that you have drawn. To make that a selection, basically just go right above your layers panel and click paths. This will show you something called a work path, which is basically the latest path you have drawn. If you go ahead and do anything with this path, it will delete itself and you won't be able to modify it later on. So what you want to do is rename it to something you can remember. Click right there. I'm going to name it selection of yellow thingy. Hit OK. To make a selection, basically right click and click make selection. This will give you a dialog box popping up saying make selection, and you can choose to feather the radius. Feathering the radius is just basically making the line a bit smoother and pulling it a bit together by a few pixels. So I'm going to put 10 pixels right there, leave anti-aliased on, and hit the enter key or press OK. As you can see, you've got the marching ants right there showing you what you have selected. And what I wanted to do with this picture, zoom a little out, is just removing the background because I want only this that I have selected to be there. What happens if I click the delete key now? It will delete what I have selected. That was not what I was supposed to do. It was to delete the background. So if you go back a step, go ahead to select and invert selection or shift command I, you will see that the marching ants are now around all of the background, which means that basically this is unselected, this is selected. So if you click the delete key right now, you see that the background is deleted. Go ahead and click Command D, and you can see your finished product. Pretty smooth way to select something. Now there are different ways to select, for example, by using the Quick Selection tool or the Magic Wand tool, but these are not as precise. You can also use the Quick Mask tool, as well as the Marquee tool. Basically, that's the easy way of marking. For this particular item, I could have used the circular marquee tool, to just pull around, mess around with it a bit to just get the perfect selection, but that wouldn't be as precise again. So Command D. And that's basically the super beginner's tutorial on the pen tool. Like I said, you can go in and edit your paths if you have drawn something. Let's just select the corner of his mouth right there. I'm going to be clicking it just as that. Just going around pretty quickly. This is a pretty bad selection again, just doing it to show you. Clicking there. As you can see, it's already a path. Go back here, you have a new work path. Make selection, feather by 10, or however you want to feather it. What you can do now is that you can basically move the selection around, pulling off what you have just selected, or go ahead and invert the selection to select everything but that. If you go back to where you had your path, you can click on the pen tool, which is right there, and you can click Add Anchor Point. This will make you be able to add more anchor points. When you click that, you can see it will change after where I click. If I now want to modify that, I can zoom in a bit and go right over there, and I can click Convert Pointer Tool. This will make me being able to pull all the anchor points, bend the shape as I want to, as well as these pullers right here, and I can edit my shape as I want to make it more precise. So yeah, this has been 99thfloor.tumblr.com, just a quick tutorial on the pen tool. We'll be getting into a more advanced tutorial later on, but thank you for watching. Please leave a comment below, hit the like button, the favorite button, do whatever you want, and if you want more tutorials, hit the subscribe button above this video. So thanks you guys a lot for watching. This has been 99thfloor.